Delaware Pause it there for a moment, Mr. Himmelsath. Do you know whose voice you're hearing on this recording?
Yes.
Who is it?
Todd.
Mr. Mullis.
Yes.
Do you know who the other voices would be?
No. Dispatcher.
A dispatcher?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, finish this one. That is the end of the first file. And so we will get the second file of 293 pulled up for you. Do you have an understanding of what was happening at the time of this, during this time period of the call?
Sounds like he's in his vehicle.
Do you know what kind of phone Mr. Mullis had?
LG flip phone.
For the younger people in the audience, what is a flip phone?
It's a flip phone.
Does it folds together?
Yes.
Does it have speakerphone?
I believe so. I would assume. I don't know that for sure. I do not own a flip phone.
Okay. We will pick back up with the second file. Okay, so we are about 44 seconds into the second file. Did you hear Mr. Mullis say anything?
He's in a white Chevy.
Did you hear anything else? Did you hear him ask the dispatcher a question?
I don't remember, actually, if we're being honest. No, I did. It's possible.
At that time, what's your understanding of what the dispatchers are telling Mr. Mullis to do?
I think they're instructing him to pull over, and they're going to start administering CPR.
Have you had other instances in Delaware County where people have driven themselves to the hospital?
I'm sure it's possible, yes. I don't know of anything in particular.
And we can back it up. We'll back this up just one more time for you. And if you could listen to see if you hear Todd ask anything else. Did you hear that? No? Okay. That's right. We'll keep playing. Did you hear Todd say anything there?
I can't understand what it says. Something about closer, maybe?
Okay. Do you know what's happening now in Todd's vehicle?
I believe he's performing CPR,
Do you,
would be my guess.
do you,
Your Honor, can I briefly voir dire the witness for the purpose of an objection? Very briefly.
Go ahead.
Sheriff Hemeseth, were you on this 911 call?
No,
Were you with Mr. Mullis while this was occurring?
no.
Your Honor, I'm going to object that this is calling for speculation, and it's asking for the witness to opine to what is said and what is occurring on matters that he was not personally present for. He has no personal knowledge of it. As to the trivia questions of what's said and when, I don't see how it's relevant. The court already has the 911 call in evidence. It already came out at trial what was or was not said, and that was a weight question for the jury. So Sheriff Hemeseth's belief based on this sound system, what he is or is not hearing and what occurred, is not relevant, and it's not helpful, in the state's opinion, to the court's ability to determine the facts at issue.
Well, I would agree that I'm having a hard time figuring out the relevance at this point.
I can move forward, Your Honor, if you'd like, and skip ahead.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Mr. Hemeseth, in your review of the other deputies' actions in this investigation, did you become aware that other deputies responded to this 911 call?
Yes,
Do you know if that was Luke Thompson?
it was.
And if I can fast forward to timestamp 6:20, have you known Mr. Thompson for a period of time?
Yes,
Will you be able to recognize his voice?
yes.
I have to go back. Okay, are we at 6:20? Okay, so my understanding, this is file 2 of 293, time code 6:20. Do you hear Deputy Thompson?
Can you replay it?
Yes. Right there, did you hear?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
That's very hard to hear.
Are you aware that Deputy Thompson arrived at the scene and started CPR?
He did.
And he took over for Mr. Mullis?
Yes, that's what his report said, yes.
Do you hear another male voice on the,
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I can't make it out from here, honestly.
is it possible that that's Deputy Thompson?
It is possible, yes.
And that he's there at minute 6:20?
Yes, that's possible.
Do you recall at what point of this 911 call the tip said the statements were?
I don't.
If I directed you to the trial transcript, which has been marked as Exhibit 351, which would be Volume 5, page 89. I did not write down the line number. 89. If I represented to you that in the transcripts, Maureen Hughes stops the 911 call at minute 6:53 of the second tape, would you disagree?
I would agree with that, if that's what that reflects.
Okay. And then again, she stops it at minute 7:00.
Yes.
I'm going to object. The transcript speaks for itself. Sheriff Hemeseth wasn't the one testifying, and the transcript's already in evidence.
Just have one follow-up question.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Mr. Himeseth, would these statements that you called Maureen Hughes about have occurred after Deputy Thompson arrived?
Objection. This is, it calls for speculation. I don't think it's been established that Deputy Thompson for sure did arrive at 6:20. I believe the sheriff's testimony was it was possible.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure that's really an evidentiary objection, but the witness can answer if he's able.
I don't know what you're asking.
If Deputy Thompson arrived at minute 6:20 and the alleged statements that Mr. Mullis makes on the 911 call are at 6:53, wouldn't Deputy Thompson have been present for them?
I don't know if that's when he arrived or not, so I don't know.
Okay, if he did, though. If I have a record, his patrol log, if I have another record that shows he's there at minute 6:20 of that 911 call or his testimony, he would be there at the time the tip said Mr. Mullis made other statements.
I don't know.
Just have one more clip to play, Your Honor. What's the timestamp on this one, do you know? 6:40. This would be at timestamp 6:40 of the second file. Do you know what or who is talking there?
I believe it sounds like Todd. I don't know.
Do you know what he said?
I don't know. It's hard to hear on this.
Do you want her on the ground?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
I didn't understand what it sounded like.
Okay. Did you do anything else? Did you do anything else after you got that tip to see if anyone else had heard those statements during the 911 call?
No, I just told Maureen about it, and then that was her decision.
Okay, and you were an investigator at the time, though, of trial in 2019?
Yes.
And you didn't ask Thompson or Holub if they heard those statements?
I don't believe so, no.
Did you ask the dispatchers?
No.
Did you review Thompson or Holub's reports about the 911 call?
I reviewed the reports.
Does those reports contain anything referencing a statement Todd made?
No.
Did you talk to any of the emergency first responders?
No.
Did you review any of their reports?
No.